I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, that is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And they only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know. That was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, the definition of game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Yo, yo, yo. What's poppin'? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let me know. Oh, my bad. I'm fucking pressing the wrong things. I'm pressing the wrong fucking things. Hold on. I think my I gotta make sure my shit is right. Shit's right now. Hold on. Let me get my shit right real quick because I already know this shit is all fucked up with the settings. But let me make sure the settings is right before we continue, because we got some heavy game that we got to discuss. Hold on. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, I think everything is good. Let me make sure y'all can hear all these. All right, I think we're good. I think we are good out here in these streets. You feel me? But shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 flirting mistakes you're making that's ruining your success with women, okay? We're about to get into all that. We're about to get into all of that. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my lovely lady, April MC in the building. Shout out to my lovely lady, April MC. Shout out to Armani Nelson, Money Mitch, Behind the Lens TV, Monogamous Player, Duke Alex, Call Me Jay, what's going on? Shout out to Raymond, what's popping with you? BJ the Kid, what's going on? Joe Blast in the motherfucking building. Who else we got up in here? Shout out to Skills Fitness up in here. Corey 2S, what's good? Chris in the chat, what's popping? Blastomatic is in the building. Marktavius, Markade, what's going on? What's popping with you? Appreciate you, Duke Alex in the building. So today, listen, guys, I already know I'm about to give away some free games today, okay? Listen, I know April's gonna tell me no free game. Miles might call up, but I'm gonna extend the free line, today, because I think a lot of you guys need to understand how important this is, to get this going. So I'm gonna just extend the free line just a smidgen, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. But anyway, before we get into all that, I want you guys to remember to go to CunninghamElements.com. Understand? Make sure you go there to get your Masculine Identity soap, Masculine Identity Parfum, and the shea butter. Make sure you guys go to CunninghamElements.com to get that going. You feel what I'm saying? Also, make sure you guys go to shoplocario.com. Get that online dating consultation, people. I'm telling y'all, if you guys are not on the online dating consultation, you're missing out. Excuse me, because myself and April, we listen again. Let me show you guys what the deal is real quick. All 12 ratings, all 5 stars, all 5-star ratings. Okay, all 5-star ratings. I'm telling y'all, the game is so heavy on the online dating consultation. If you guys are not on this, y'all are slipping and sliding. You feel what I'm saying? Also get the massive game collection where you get a lot of my products in one bundle. Also get master the vetting process, the classics. So you guys need to learn how to vet women, get master the vetting process. Also get the classic book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Make sure you guys get that. You got the audiobook, ebook, and all the other stuff that you guys can get. Looks Don't Matter ebook, Master Approach a Woman in 30 Days, the list, the Game Kings documentary. All of this is on shoplocario.com. So make sure you guys go and get that cracking. Also make sure that you guys go and get the Masculine Identity membership so that you guys can get on the Zoom calls of Miles. Make sure y'all do that. Make sure you get a cracking. So you guys can get on the Zoom calls of Miles. And also go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. And also make sure that you guys check out The Bad Boy Show. Go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario to get up on The Bad Boy Show. Get that shit cracking. So me and Miles, we're going to be doing the next episode of The Bad Boy Show this Friday. Today, schedule didn't allow us to do it today because we usually do it on Wednesdays, but we're going to do it this Friday. So for those who are on the Bad Boy Show, stay tuned. And for those who are not on the Bad Boy Show, who are not on the Patreon, get on the Patreon because there's lots and lots and lots of episodes that you guys are missing out because we do current events and we talk about some heavy game in each episode. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys do that and get that going. All right. So we're going to talk about 3 flirting mistakes you're making that's ruining your success with women. Now, what you got to understand is that flirting is very important because flirting bridges the gap between regular platonic type of shit, talking or regular like conversation into sexual situations happening, right? So when you know how to flirt, you know how to build sexual tension. When you build sexual tension, then you're able to easily transition that into sex, right? Now, the problem is that a lot of guys, first of all, don't know how to flirt, right? And if you don't know how to flirt, go to badboymembership.com. I have a program called The Art of Flirting, and I have other programs that teach you how to flirt on there. But also, there are guys who they think they're flirting, and they're not really flirting, or they make some flirting mistakes. So we're going to talk about those mistakes today. So I'm going to give you 3 flirting mistakes that you guys are making, and you need to correct this immediately. You understand what I'm saying? Immediately, right? So what happens is that if you are not flirting correctly, it's going to be hard for you to create sexual situations. It's that simple. And if you're not flirting at all, you're pretty much done. It's a wrap. You understand what I'm saying? Because what's going to happen is that you're going to be doing a bunch of talking about nothing that's going to lead you nowhere except for the friend zone, or the chick's not really going to fuck with you. Shout out to K Zaggin in a motherfucking building. See K Zaggin. Yo, I swear, it's like motherfuckers who got game. It's like we're sharing the same mind. K Zaggin is because that's the first thing I'm gonna talk about. So he says, complimenting women is not flirting. So, but I'm gonna break that down even more too, because I want you guys to understand where we're coming from. So let's jump into this, right? So the first mistake you guys are making that's ruining your success with women when it comes to, flirting is using compliments without connecting it to you. You understand what I'm saying? Using compliments without connecting it to you. So this is the problem. A lot of guys think that giving a woman a compliment is flirting. That's not flirting. That's just giving her a compliment. So for example, if you are at a party or something and you see a girl and you say, hey, that's a nice dress, right? And she says, oh, thank you. Guys think that's flirting. No, that's not flirting. That's just you giving her compliments, right? Or you see a woman in the street and you say, hey, miss, you're very beautiful. And she's like, oh, thank you. And then, you start talking to her regular. You're not flirting. You just gave her compliments. You understand what I'm saying? So what you got to understand is that compliments within itself is not flirting. And that's the mistake a lot of guys make. They think just giving a compliment is flirting. Compliments within itself is not flirting. You can use compliments in flirting, but compliments by itself is not flirting. You understand? And a lot of guys get this confused because they're like, but Locario, I was flirting with her. I don't understand. It's like, no, you weren't flirting with her. You were just complimenting her. Also, a lot of times guys will compliment women in a way where they are making the situation look like they're putting the woman on a pedestal. You understand? They're like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. You're so amazing. Oh my God, you're a goddess. And like they're like enamored with the fact that they think she's beautiful or sexy or whatever it is. And so they're just complimenting her, letting her know that that's what they think, right? But what you got to understand is this. And if you're going to use compliments, right, you have to use compliments and basically attach it to yourself, right? And you also have to add the action attached to it. So I'm going to explain to you how this goes down. Again, I told y'all, y'all should be lucky that you are here today to receive this free game. And if you want any more game, go to badboymembership.com and shop locario.com for more of this motherfucking game. But anyway, so when you're flirting with a woman, if you're complimenting, the compliment has to be attached to you and what your agenda is. And it also should be followed up with action. Okay. So for example, what the average guy might say to a woman, let's say he's, see a girl in the street, he want to talk to her or whatever, or he's like, he sees her, he might just do a regular compliment. Hey, miss, you're so beautiful. Or, hey, you're looking really good today or whatever. Right. And that's all he'll say. So that's not flirting. So now what you would do is, for example, if you see the girl in the street and you want to stop and talk to her, right, and make something happen, right, you can have a compliment in the conversation, but you still have to attach it to your agenda and it should be followed up with action. So for example, I see the girl in the street. Hey, what's up? My name is Locario. What's your name? Stacy. Stacy, nice to meet you. Listen, I stopped you because you are sexy as fuck and you look like the type of woman that I like to have fun with. Take your phone out and put my number in your phone. You see what I'm saying? So I complimented her by telling her I thought she was sexy as fuck. That's the compliment. But I attached it to, you're the type of woman that I like to have fun with. So I'm letting you know that you're sexy, but I'm attaching it to me and what I like. Then I follow it up with action. Put my number in your phone. You understand what I'm saying? So you're not just telling a girl, oh, I think you're cute. I think you're sexy. I think you're pretty. What you're doing is that you can use the compliment within the conversation and the interaction. You understand what I'm saying? So that you are creating that dynamic to where she's responding to that. You understand? So what you guys got to understand is that when you're complimenting a woman, you're saying something to make it about her, right? But when you're using compliments within flirting, right, you're making it about you, what you want to do, and her being able to have the opportunity to jump on the situation, right? So that's an example of, for example, if you are in the street and you're talking to the chick and you're doing that. Now, let's say, for example, you're on a date with a woman, right? Even on a date, you don't want to just, compliment, oh my God, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful, you're so gorgeous, and all that other stuff, right? So what you do again is that you can use the compliment in the flirting, but just complimenting is not flirting. So let's say I'm on a date with a chick, we getting drinks, you understand? I'm sitting next to her or whatever, and we talking and all that other stuff, right? And so I say something like, hey, you're looking real sexy in those jeans. The way them jeans just accentuate those curves, it got me thinking about maybe I want to take you back to my place because I'm sure those jeans look better off than on. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm complimenting her about the jeans and how she looks in them, but I'm adding in what I want to do based on what I'm saying with the compliment and then following up with action. So the action is, hey, I might take you out this place based on how I feel about how I think you look in the situation. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you are talking to women and you're interacting with women, don't just compliment for her. Like, oh, you look good. I think you're sexy. I think you're pretty. And that's that, right? You got to attach you to the situation and follow it up with action. You understand? I'm telling you this so that you understand that the reason why I'm even saying this is because this is what I'm interested in and this is where I want it to go. You understand what I'm saying? It's really that simple. The mistake that a lot of you guys will make is that you think telling a woman that she's pretty is supposed to make her like you because you're telling her she's pretty. So this is what you guys think. You think, oh, I told her she was pretty, so you were expecting her to be like, oh my God, thank you so much. You think I'm pretty, so now that you told me that I'm pretty and then you're interested in me, then I am going to reciprocate and tell you that I'm interested in you too, or I'm interested in you now because you said I'm pretty. No, that's not how shit works. You understand what I'm saying? That's not how shit works. You understand? The thing is that you have to be able to interact with the woman and flirt with her. And within the flirting, you can use a compliment. You understand? But compliments within itself is not flirting. And that's the mistake a lot of you guys make, because you'll give a girl a compliment and then you're waiting for her to reciprocate with interest just based on you giving her the compliment. No, she'll take the compliment. You know, the compliment will make her feel good. But what you got to understand is that you have to always make sure that the woman isn't thinking that what you're saying and doing is just about her. You understand what I'm saying? You got to make sure that's not happening. I already knew April was coming with it. She's like, one more. I know she was coming with it. And again, guys, go to badboymembership.com and go to shoplocario.com so that you can get more of this game. I'm telling y'all, when you guys get up on the memberships and you buy the products, this is where the deep game is. We're not, I'm trying to tell y'all, on YouTube and social media, we're just giving you little nuggets. But if you need to really dive deep into the situation, right, you need to get on the membership. You need to go to shoplocario.com or badboymembership.com. So that's number one. Number one, again, is that you have to make sure that you are using compliments within the flirting, but don't think compliments within itself is flirting. You understand? So you gotta understand the difference between those two things. Now, let's move on to the second flirting mistake you're making that's ruining your success with women. And the second mistake that you guys are making, and I gotta, explain this in detail so that you guys don't get this fucked up. The second mistake you're making is when you are on a date, you are not touching. When you are on a date, you are not touching. So what does that mean? That mean when you're on a date, you're not touching. What I'm saying is that when you're on a date, let's say you go on a date, get a drink, get some coffee, whatever it is like that. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to first, now listen to what I'm saying. You're supposed to first flirt with your words. You understand? So before you start touching a woman, you have to flirt with your words, right? So that means that you're on a date, you're getting coffee, getting drinks, whatever, right? You're sitting next to the girl, you could be close or whatever, but what you got to do is that you have to flirt with your words, meaning that the flirting needs to be the things that you're saying, right? Now, based on what you're saying, the woman is going to show you through her words and actions that she is interested and intrigued, and she's flirting back, and she's showing sexual interest through how she's interacting with you, right? Now, what happens is that when the woman is showing that she's feeling you, she might move in a little closer to you, right? She's like, all up in your face. She got the googly eyes and shit. You see the hard eyes and all that, right? You see her blushing based on what you're talking about and what you're saying, right? So now what happens is that because she's showing these signs that she is interested, right, based on what you're saying, then you can move on to touching. Now, let me explain the three places that you touch. These are only 3 places that you touch on the date until it gets to, let's say, if you guys go to the bedroom, you go to your place and y'all hook up or whatever. But if you're in public on a date, there's only 3 places you touch, right? So, see, I feel like I'm giving too much. Is that April's like? She's like, no. She's like, no, don't give away the game. Don't just too much. I know. Oh. Guys, I'm so sick. I'm so filled with game. I can't help it. I need help. Guys, because I just be giving away too much. I'll be giving away too much. No, April's right. I need to chill. I'll just say there's some places you should touch and some places you don't. But this is what I'll say. So guys, if you want to learn more, go to badboymembership.com and shoplocario.com. Oh God, April's calling off like, hey, what's going on?
I have to call up because you're not stopping.
I know. Listen, I know I have a sickness and it's like, I don't know. There's no cure. There's no cure for this sickness. It's like, I just want to give this game out. You understand what I'm saying? But
but they have to invest in themselves and get on the Bad Boy membership because this is already a program.
That's a fact. No, this is why you guys have to get you a good woman. You understand that knows you. You know what I mean? To talk to you about this. I'm ready to give them the whole thing. But guys, shout out to April. You guys got to invest. Go to badboymembership.com, go to shoplocario.com, get that coaching. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm gonna still talk about it, but I'm gonna leave some things out so that you guys can get some coaching. Yeah.
All right, because here's the thing, like, and don't get me wrong, like I think there are the rare few that will take the information and see value in it. But truthfully, people see value in something that they actually invest in, they pay for.
That's a fact.
They work to get to that. It's like, we had a few online dating consultations today and the guys were like really excited and, excited about the information and all the game that they're getting in the consultation. Like, I mean, again, go back and look, like even today, people are still leaving more and more reviews. So, read the reviews. They don't lie.
That's a fact.
But they don't give away the game.
Exactly. So I agree. So guys, make sure you guys invest. Go to shoplocario.com and badboymembership.com to invest. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys do that. You feel me? But yeah, April, thank you for calling because I'm telling you, I was about to give them all of it. You know what I'm saying? But
I know you can't.
I'll give
there's a program for that.
Exactly. I'll give them the surface level. I'll give you guys the surface, but you got to get beneath the surface with the coaching.
The surface is there's only 3 places you can touch on the date. If you want to know more, go to badboymembership.com.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Or get coaching. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
That's a fact.
All right.
All right. So I'll see you later.
All
right. Bye. So guys, call in 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. But like I said, you guys have to touch. So what happens is that once you see that the woman is responding to you verbally, meaning she's responding to what you're saying, right? Then you move on to touching. And now it's important to touch because when you touch, what's going to happen is that's going to be an indicator if the woman is actually showing you real sexual interest, right? Because what happens is that if a woman is not sexually interested in you at all, she's not going to want you to touch her. In fact, when you try to touch her, she'll like move back, she'll move back a little bit, or she'll already have that space between you, or you'll try to touch her and then she'll sort of like move your hand away and all that other stuff, right? Or she'll be like, oh, that's a little too much and you're a little too close and blah, 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 right? But what happens is that if you are not touching, then you're making a mistake, because touching is going to really show you, is the woman actually going in the direction of her wanting to make something sexual happen with you. It doesn't mean that you touching her and her being okay with you touching her, that sex is guaranteed to happen. What I'm saying is that it's more likely that she is sexually interested in you if when you're touching her, she's with it. You understand? And she's touching you and all those other things. You see what I'm saying? But that has to happen. So the thing is this, what most guys will do is they'll be on a date with a woman, right? And they'll one, sometimes just talk platonically and never touch, which is crazy. But sometimes they'll flirt, but then they won't do the touching part, right? So they'll be flirting a little bit, saying certain things, but then they won't do the touching part. And a lot of times it's because they're scared. You understand what I'm saying? And they're scared because they think that the woman is going to, fall back or whatever it is like that. And the thing is this, there's nothing wrong with a woman falling back and not wanting that to happen. All it's showing you is that she is not sexually interested in you like that, right? Because when a woman is sexually interested in you like that, she wants to move closer into you. She wants to be all up in your personal space. She wants to be like, I remember I was on a date once, and soon as the girl came in, I was there ready before her, maybe 5 minutes before her. I had a drink and shit. She comes in. So she was on time, but I was there a little bit early, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes early. So I'm sitting there, got a drink. She comes in and I'm like, hey, what's up? She gives me a big hug or whatever. And then so we go to the bar. She gets a drink. She comes back, sits down next to me. So then she sits next to me. And then as soon as she sits next to me, she like put her like, I think it was her right leg over my left leg. So now we're sitting close to each other and she has her leg like already on top of my leg, all up on me. You understand what I'm saying? She got an arm around me and shit. And she's all talking this close, she's all up in here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, this chick is already about it. Like she is trying to get as close to me as possible. You understand what I'm saying? So if a woman doesn't want to get close to you physically, that means that she's not actually interested. But when you are on a date, you should be flirting verbally. You should be saying the things. Then once you see that she is feeling it, then what you're going to do is that you move on to the touching. And again, if you guys want some more coaching on this, because, touching is a touchy subject. You like what I did there? So hit me up for the coaching and I will help you with that. You feel what I'm saying? I will help you with that. Now, let's move on to the third flirting mistake. Third flirting mistake you're making that's ruining your success with women. And this is very, very important. So the third flirting mistake that you guys are making is trying to delay flirting, okay? Trying to delay flirting. So what does that mean? That means that what you're doing, and this is a huge mistake, is when you were talking to a girl, interacting with this chick, and you're like talking very platonic, regular talk, you're not flirting at all. And then after the fact, then you want to start flirting. So for example, let's say you're at a party and you started talking to this woman. And so you're just talking about regular, how's the weather? And, you live around here and regular shit, right? And you've been talking to this woman for 15 minutes straight and you haven't flirted at all. Then now, all of a sudden, now you want to start being flirtatious. That's a mistake. When you first start talking to women, right, you don't necessarily have to flirt right out the gate, but you shouldn't be taking a long time to flirt or to get to flirting. Flirting should be happening, in most cases instantly, but if it's not instantly within the first like minute or two tops of conversation. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're on a date with a woman, don't sit there and shoot the shit about nothing and have random small talk for a half an hour, 45 minutes, and then trying to get into flirting, right? You need to be flirting within the first 2-3 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why this is important is because you need to have the woman understand that the situation between you and her is going to be a sexual situation. Because what a lot of you guys do is that when you're talking very platonically on some regular type of shit, then you're leading yourself to the friend zone, or you're giving her that boyfriend energy, right? Because what you got to understand is that out the gate, she has to feel that flirtatious energy. It can't be later. And a lot of guys on online dating fuck this up, because what happens is that your profile is of a profile of a guy who seems like he's a nice guy. He would be boyfriend material. So what happens is that when the woman meets you off the app, right, her perception of you is, you know, you're a gentleman, right? You're going to court her. You're a nice guy. So what happens is you can't come to this date and then try to start flirting. No, your profile already showed that you're the gentleman who's going to court her. So who is this super charismatic, sexually attractive guy you're trying to be on the date now, right? See, don't try to delay the flirting. See, the flirtatious nature should be in your profile on the online dating app. This is why you guys, again, need to go to shoplocario.com to get the online dating consultation. So I'm telling y'all, go to shoplocario.com, put that in your URL, shoplocario.com, and get the online dating consultation. Because what happens is that you guys are online and you're projecting nice guy, gentleman. I'm going to court you. I'm going to take my time. So then when you're on the date, even if you try to start flirting on the date when you first get there, a lot of times it's not going to pan out, because the premise of the situation is her perception of you is the super nice guy who's going to be courting her and being a gentleman. So your actual, right, profile has to be of a profile of a guy who's smooth, who's sexually attractive, and who's sexually appealing. It's almost like your profile should be flirting with her before she even meets you. You understand what I'm saying? Your profile should be flirting for you before she even meets you. You see what I'm saying? So this is why I tell you guys, go to shoplocario.com, get the online dating consultation, because we will help you with your profile, your bio, basically your messages, all that shit that will get women to meet you out on these dates. Because basically your profile is supposed to be doing half the work for you. So meaning that when a woman meets you on the date, she's already in flirtatious mode and thought process based on how your profile is. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand that aspect of the game. You feel what I'm saying? So to recap, he said that's a cute picture of us. So to recap, the first thing we talked about is, to attach the compliments to you and also follow it up with action. Also make sure that you are touching on the date, but remember, after you are verbally flirting. And then the third thing is to never delay the flirtatious energy. The flirtatious energy is supposed to be immediate. It doesn't necessarily need to be as soon as you talk to the woman. It can be if you have that type of, vibe and you have those type of social skills. But what I'm saying is within the first 1 to 2, maybe 3 minutes tops, there got to be some flirting going on. Do not wait. Because again, when you're waiting and you're doing shit after, right? What it looks like is that you was too scared to flirt from before, right? Now it took you this long to muster up the courage. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand that. So let me see what some of these questions are saying. And guys, if you want to call up, call the numbers 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. So call up and let's get it cracking. It says, in ARC's No Free Attention, he talks about action-oriented compliments, complimenting a woman, and then stating why you want to spend time with her soon. Do you agree with that? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is he's talking about you're complimenting the woman, but it's action-oriented. It's not just a compliment by itself, right? So what you're saying to her is that the compliment that you're saying is attached to an action that she should take with you, right? I'll give you a perfect example. I'll flip it so that, let's say a woman is complimenting you, right? Now, I'm going to say two things. Now, I want you to tell me the difference between these two compliments. So let's say a woman is talking to you and you are fit. Let's say you got big muscles or some shit, right? So the first version is she says to you, wow, you have really big muscles, right? That's what she says. That's the first version. That's her giving the compliment. Then the second version is she says, wow, you have really big muscles. You look like the type of guy who could help me move this weekend. You see what I'm saying? So one, she's just complimenting your muscles. Two, she's complimenting your muscles and attaching it to something that is for her. Do you understand? It's her agenda is to get you to help her move. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you're supposed to compliment. When you're complimenting, it has to be attached to your agenda. You see what I'm saying? And then what you want to do is follow it up with a certain action. Because remember, you're complimenting her and then you're attaching it to your agenda. And then the action should let that be the thing that creates the agenda happening. So it's like, hey, you're sexy and you look like the type of woman I want to do A, B, and C with. So put my number in your phone or let's go back to my place. That's the action. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to just like compliment just to compliment. You want to attach it to what you want to do, your agenda, and making things happen. You see what I'm saying? So it says, do we tie our compliments to the intentions we have for the woman in question? Yes, exactly. That's what it is. It's that you want to tie that together, right? So they should be mixed in, because what you want the woman to understand is that, because this is the thing, when you just compliment a woman, what she does is she takes the compliment and feeds her ego with it, right? When you compliment a woman and you attach it to your intentions and your agenda, what she realizes is, oh, the compliment was really about him and what he wanted to do. And I would need to, as a woman, either get with it or not. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. You see what I mean? And so you got to understand the difference, because a lot of guys, like I said, they'll compliment and they'll just think, oh, well, that's all I got to do. I'm just going to tell her she's pretty. And then she'll like me. It's like, yeah, that's not what it's about. So you said, is this a good example of flirting? Your lips are distracting me. I want to know what they taste like. Yeah, that's something you could say. That's something you could say. But again, remember, when you guys are flirting, right? Part of what makes flirting, or what makes her enticed when she's interacting with you when you're flirting, is not you saying something, right? You have to be what you're saying. And the reason, and what I mean by you have to be what you're saying, is because the man behind the words, right, has to be the man who's really saying those words, who really believes those words. This is why if you hear somebody say something fly, but then you take what they say and then try to say it, right? A lot of times it doesn't come off the same way, or it doesn't give the exact same effect. Why? Because what happens is that even if the words make a woman feel a certain way, you still got to follow it up. And the reason why you can't follow it up is because you're not the man who put out the words. You just copied somebody else's words. You are not being what you're saying. You see what I mean? Because what happens is that, for example, when we talk about seducing or seduction, right? In order to seduce a woman, right, you need to be able to understand, one, first, if a woman, if it makes sense in that situation for seduction to happen, that's one. But two, what happens is that you need to understand exactly where you want the situation to go, but also understand why she needs to be seduced in the first place. And that's a level of game that a lot of guys, they're not at. You say, I can say that stuff about her lips and her hair, but she is not sexually attracted to you if you want, it won't matter. Exactly. And see, that's another thing. So what you guys gotta understand is that y'all are looking at having a mouthpiece or game as something that you can just grab and then do the thing. No, that's not how it works. Because remember, it'll take you 4 or 5 seconds to say the line, but you're supposed to be there interacting with that woman for 45 minutes, an hour on a date or whatever. So those 4 seconds of saying that line, there's still another hour of time where she's experiencing you. So if you're not that guy, saying the line's not going to make a difference because she's going to realize that ain't really you. You see what I'm saying? And this is why you can't cheat the game. You understand? That's why you can't cheat the game. Exactly, because when we do the online dating consultations, right? When we do the bios, when we rearrange your bio and help you word it, we ask, okay, does this bio reflect who you are? You understand? That's what we're saying. We said, does this bio reflect who you are? And so the reason why it has to reflect who you are is because when the woman meets you on the date, everything has to be congruent and consistent. You understand? So let me see what these other questions are saying. I don't know. Listen, he said, can you have success with women without flirting? The idea of flirting makes me feel like a foolish beta male that has lost masculinity, something I can't. I don't even know why I even look at Steve the Lion stuff. You understand? Man, that is crazy. But anyway, so on a date and Tinder profile, you should be selling yourself with flirtation. Mike, you need to definitely go to shoplocario.com and get yourself a consultation. So what it is that don't look at it as the idea of selling yourself. Look at it as the woman is stumbling upon your profile. And what happens is that when she reads it and sees the whole thing, right? She's enticed to want to match with you and see you, because what happens is that your profile, because of the way that you're looking in your pictures and your bio, right? It has a flirtatious vibe to it. You understand? A fun, flirtatious vibe. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, I think guys forget that all you're doing is revealing attraction, not trying to create it. Exactly. And see, that's why I feel like a lot of the pickup artists do y'all a disservice, because y'all think that y'all are creating attraction by, saying certain things. You understand what I'm saying? You're thinking the girl's not interested in, she's looking at you like, I don't really like Locario. I'm not really feeling him. And then I say, I'm going to tell her this. And then I say, hey, girl, the way your lips look, they look so juicy. I bet they taste real good. And now she's like, oh my God, I want him so bad now. That's not how it works. Listen, guys, that's not how it works. This is how it works, right? You have, let's say, for example, you have two women. There's woman A and woman B. Now, you talk to woman A, you flirt with her, and she's being resistant, she's being uncooperative, and she's showing that she's not really feeling you. Right? Then you flirt with girl B, and she's being cooperative, she's flirting back with you, which is showing that she's interested. So the flirting didn't make girl B interested, and the flirting didn't turn girl A off. No, girl A was never into you, and girl B was into you. What happened is that the flirting revealed that girl B was into you and that girl A was not. It's that simple. See, what guys like to think is that, if my mouthpiece is super tight and I flirt with girl A, then I can get girl A to like me. No. Girl A don't like you. She's not feeling you, buddy. I'm sorry. It's okay. Like I know you don't want the magic beans, and this is what I'm saying. It's that mindset of thinking that you can put on the game like you're putting on a hat. That's not how game works. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just pick and choose these little things and put them on and say these little things. And then, that baddie over there. I can get her because I remember on the internet, they say if you say these 3 magic words, then it'll hypnotize women and then they'll want you. That's not how shit works. You see what I'm saying? You guys got to understand this shit. So do you work with seniors? What do you mean seniors? Like what age? What are you talking about? It's like, I mean, yeah, if you 99 years old, I don't know, it might be a little tough, but if you in your 60s and shit, you an old player, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, hell yeah, come through. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Okay, 65, yeah, you good. Yeah, come, hit us up. So what's the best way to build your own flirtatious style and conversation topics? Great question. Get your ass outside. Get your ass outside and start talking to 25 women a day. Like we tell you guys, go out to singles events, go out to the club, the bars, go to places where, there are women that you can talk to. You see what I'm saying? Some be doing seminars at old folks' homes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you guys got to go out there and actually practice having conversations with women. Because this is what happens. When you go out there and practice talking to women and being social, you're going to come up with certain things that you say and do that work for you. You understand? See, half the time when I talk to women, right, I say the same shit all the time. I say the same 3, 4, maybe 5 things all the fucking time, depending on the situation. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just say this or say that. Like, of course, when I'm having a conversation, it's a unique experience. So there's other things that go down. But what I'm saying is, it's similar shit, similar situations you're going to run into. And you're able to just say what you say, but you come up with things to say based on your masculine identity. You see what I'm saying? But you guys got to go outside and actually, live life and touch grass and shit so that you can make shit happen. What was this right here? What was we at? So what about saying you like her hair and you can see yourself pulling on it? Again, Like I was telling y'all before. Are you that guy though? Ace the alien? I don't know. In your picture, you don't seem like you're that guy. I'm just saying. Yo, listen, guys, it's not, see, because y'all are thinking surface. It's not just about saying the words. The man behind the words needs to be real. You understand? You know what's so funny? I've had a lot of guys say to me, they say, Locario, should I just talk to average looking women? Because I feel like I'm more comfortable talking to the average looking girls, the ones that I'm not really that into, but they're okay. And this is the funny part about that. The girls that you should be talking to, the women you should be talking to really are the ones that you are extremely, extremely, extremely sexually attracted to. So let's say you're sexually attracted to this woman because, you know, you like the way she looks or some shit like that, right? That's the woman you're really supposed to talk to. Why? Because what happens is that the desire you have is going to bring out real and natural conversation. You know, if you're, you know, gamed up and confident enough to say what you want to say. And the reason why is because since you actually have that desire, what you're saying is going to be real. So check this out. Let's say you got a girl, let's see, just on the mythical scale of 1 to 10. Let's say you got a girl who's a 10 and you got a girl who's 5.5 strong 6, right? Which one of those girls do you think it would be easier to truthfully and honestly talk sexual with? The one that, the 10 that you're really, really sexually attracted to, or the one that you're like, she's all right? Because you're really, really sexually attracted to the 10, that means that what you're saying sexually is more real than what you would be saying to the girl you consider the 5.5, 6. So what that means is that you're going to come off authentic because it's real. What you're saying is you're like, I'm really that sexually attracted to this woman. The other girl, not so much. And this is the funny part. Sometimes this is why when you guys try to lower your standards and try to get with those girls who's like the 5.5, 6, this is why they reject you or they play games with you or they give you some resistance. You're like, damn, why this chick acting like that? And she's acting like that because she knows you're full of shit. She knows that you don't really desire her like that. She can feel it. You see what I'm saying? She can feel it. So all the shit you're saying is not really real. It's not really, it's like you're just going through the motions with her. You understand what I'm saying? Like you're just doing this as, you know, this is like your comfort zone, but you're not really into her. You understand? Because when you're talking some real sexual shit to a woman that you are really sexually attracted to, what happens is that the things that you say are felt on a whole different level. Think about this. If you are really like upset at somebody, like you're really mad at this person to the point where you hate this motherfucker, do you think that the energy of you being angry at them would feel more real than you trying to pretend to be angry at somebody? So imagine they say, hey, pretend you don't like this person and yell at them, right? You probably feel goofy even doing the shit. But if you really don't like this motherfucker, you want to slap the shit out this nigga. You understand? You see, like, it's like the energy is real because you really want to fuck this nigga up. You understand what I'm saying? The energy is real. You understand what I'm saying? The energy should be real. Not you trying to put something on. That's why, again, a lot of times when you guys are trying to use pickup lines and all this other stuff, it's not authentic. It's not real. You see what I'm saying? Because when it's real, it's felt differently. So it's not just what you're saying. It's they're feeling what you're saying because what you're saying is coming from a real place. You see what I'm saying? So if what you're saying is coming from a real place and you're talking to that woman sexually, don't you think she can feel the sexual energy that you're putting forth, which is going to make her accurately respond to that real sexual energy versus you just saying some line or saying some shit to a chick you're not really that into because you're too scared to actually go to the girl you're really into. So you're like, I'm just going to settle for this average girl, tell her a few little things and try to make something happen. And you still wonder why you get pushback and resistance from that chick. You understand? Listen, I remember, and the reason why I'm telling you this is because this is shit that I've done in the past. I remember there was this chick where I wasn't really, feeling her like that, but I thought she'd be, like when I was younger, I thought she'd be easier to get with because she wasn't a dime. You understand what I'm saying? And this chick knew I was bullshitting. Let's go to 470.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
What's up, Locario? It's Rain.
What
I
up?
donated the miles and I said $10 for a question.
All right. What's going on? What's going on?
My question is, I want to know your protocol when it comes to like, when you first start hooking up with a woman, or you out dating. Obviously you use protection and whatnot. But what's your protocol when it comes to you going down on women? Stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do that. I used to do that back in the day. Every once in a blue moon, but I don't do that no more with like, it can't be a random woman. Like I would go down on my girl, but not like, just a random woman I met last week. Yeah, like exactly. Yeah, nah.
So, yeah, I figured. So do you have like a specific day or like that she got to get tested? So say you meet her, like you at the bar first night and y'all end up going back to like the hotel or wherever y'all end up hooking up. And you really want to go down on a specific woman because maybe you're highly sexually attracted to her. What would it take? What would it take for you to do that? Do you have a protocol? Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do it. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do it at all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
do it at all?
No, even this is what I'm saying. Even if I had the desire to, I wouldn't. It's almost to the equivalent of smashing a chick raw. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to smash a chick raw that I just met. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that, when you first meet a chick, right? Because think about it this way, right? Think about, okay, let me ask you this. If you just met a chick, would you go on a week vacation with her?
Nah, of course not.
Right. You wouldn't do nothing extravagant like that. So what I'm saying is that the same thing happens with sex. When you're first having sex with a woman, you shouldn't be going all out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it should just be like, this is just a taste of what it is, and there could be more later. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to do, like, even this times where, like, you meet a chick and y'all smash, and y'all probably smash for like less than 5 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? And that's it for the night. You understand what I mean? It's like, because we're just meeting. I'm not going to go all out and do everything with you. I'm not going to do a bunch of rounds. I'm not going to fucking, be going down on you and doing all this other crazy shit. I'm not going to fuck you raw. I'm not going to cuddle with you. I'm not, like, we just met, just like how we would just get a cup of coffee or a drink. The sexual situation should be equivalent to how small that date situation is. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Yeah, I understand. What about, say fuck buddy for like a month or two, or like, I got a not long-term situation, but it's not the first time you smashed and like you want to go down on her this time.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the thing. You gotta chance it however you want to chance it. What I would say to you is that if you're with a woman,
there's always a risk.
Right, exactly. There's always a risk. But what I'm saying is if you're with that woman, definitely, make sure she's getting tested regularly. You feel what I'm saying? And then that you're seeing the results of that if that's what you want to do. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that if this is a consistent woman you're with or seeing, then it shouldn't be an issue to where you say, hey, make sure you get this done so that we can continue doing this. Do you see what I mean? Because the thing is that, you don't want to get caught up in some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But again, I agree with K-Zag. You gotta figure out what's good for you. You feel what I'm saying? Because
more personal.
Right. Because you gotta be careful out here too, but you gotta figure out what's gonna
what's going to be for you. So you can't ask me what I'm going to do because I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought you had like a specific protocol, like after, because like you know her during the
my protocol is she would have to be like my
your
girl.
Girlfriend.
You understand what I'm saying? Or a woman that's
your girlfriend or wife.
Yes, or a woman, or let's say for example, if it would have to be, if it was a fuck buddy, it'd have to be a fuck buddy I was with for like years consistently, and she showed me test after test. Right, you see what I'm saying? So understand, back in the day, I used to do a little more, I used to be a little more reckless. But now I'm like, nah. You understand what I'm saying? So right.
I feel you.
All right.
Cause I've dealt with women really quick. I just want to say I've dealt with women, and I've smashed like first night, and I've used protection, but I wanted to go down on it, obviously.
Right.
I'm glad I didn't make the decision. But I know I'm gonna be in future situations where I'm highly sexually attracted and I wanted that. So but now I know I'm gonna just come up with the way, like, like you said, do what feels good for you, or like
just be as safe as you can, because this is the thing, you don't want to end up catching some crazy, and you know what I'm saying, and then it'll be an issue.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly. Okay, that makes sense. All right, appreciate it.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, fam. See, and this is the thing. Excuse me. This is the thing, guys. You got to understand that you have to have very good. It's funny. People always talk about dick discipline, right? See, dick discipline, when people talk about it, they talk about it in the sense of not having sex or, refraining from having sex. Or that's not. Dick discipline is you being disciplined within the act of sex. Because what most people don't understand is that most people get very in their emotions when sex is going to happen or sex is happening, meaning that people will know better, but go based on their feeling. This is why a lot of motherfuckers end up, fucking raw. Cause it's like, they're there, their dick is hard, the girl's pussy is wet. And they're just like, I just want, she's kissing him and she's like, kind of on top of him, but not. And he's just like, fuck it. And then they end up fucking raw, even though they know better. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why you got to be disciplined in the actual act, because the act's going to tell you, just stick it in, just, like once or twice. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got with the devil and the angel on the shoulder. The devil's like, yo, bro, it's all good, bro. Just stick it in. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be like, nah, I can't, I can't do it. This is what I used to do. I used to always think 5 steps ahead in the worst case scenario. You understand? So, for example, if I had the idea of smashing raw, which I know I shouldn't, I'd be like, I'm gonna smash this chick raw. I'm gonna catch something that I could never get rid of, and she gonna have a baby, and I'm gonna be with this chick for the rest of my life. So then that wakes me the fuck up immediately. I'm like, hell fucking no. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, hell fucking no. See, I'm telling you guys, if you think a bunch of steps ahead and think about the worst case scenario of things, it will stop you from doing a lot of stupid shit. I promise you. It'll stop you from doing a lot of stupid shit. Like, for example, let's say you don't like a motherfucker and you're like, yo, I should beat the shit out of this nigga. So then think about the worst case scenario. Okay, I go over there, I fight this dude, I hit him, he falls on the ground, hits his head on the curb, he dies. I go to jail for manslaughter. You understand what I'm saying? And not only do I go to jail for manslaughter, I'm in jail, I get fucked up in jail. You understand? So think about the worst case scenario that could happen in any scenario, and I promise you that will stop you from doing the fucking stupid shit. I promise you. You'll be like, nah, I'm good. You understand? Think about how many people, if they would have actually thought before they did stupid shit, they would have probably not done the stupid shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Imagine how many people would not be in jail right now if they would have thought it through.
You understand? Like, I'm sure that, like, there's a dude in jail right now because he probably killed somebody over his girl cheating on him or some shit. Or, you know what I'm saying? The girl cheated on him. He probably unalived her and the dude, and now he's in jail forever. And it's like, damn, he should have been like, you know what? If I kill this bitch and I kill him, then I'm gonna end up in jail for the rest of my. Now, you know what? It's not that serious. It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Niggas gotta think. You gotta think. You see what I'm saying? Don't let your emotions get you fucked up out here. Do not let your emotions get you fucked up out here. All right, let me finish some of these questions. So I think you talked about keeping your mind empty when you talk to women. Is that your mind is empty, but you still have an idea of what you're going to say? Yeah, so generally what it is that you're not trying to think of what to say, because if you think of what to say, that usually causes hesitation and you end up not doing anything. So what you want to do is you want to go with your mind empty and talk, have the interaction. But this is what's going to happen. See, the more you talk to women, the more you're going to start to see patterns, right? Which is, you know, what I talk about on this program here on the Bad Boy membership called Understanding Patterns, how to predict your outcomes with women. So when you see those patterns, there's going to be certain conversation threads that happen. And then you're going to see similar conversations threads, which is going to prompt you to say the similar shit you always say when these conversation threads occur. And then because those similar conversations threads occur, you usually will see a similar outcome based on that type of conversation. You understand what I'm saying? You said, I disagree, Locario. You should know what you want to say before you say it. Well, hey, listen, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe you should be on screen and I should be where you're at listening. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. You know, maybe I should be listening to you, but if I was to be listening to you, you would be here on screen talking, right? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, you know, maybe we should all listen to Brian BH5JP. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness. Hold on, where was we at with this? He said, so you're basically saying, don't think lines are, wait. So you're basically saying, don't think lines are spells you're casting. It's not magic. Your mindset and behavior needs to be congruent with your words. Yes, that's what I'm saying. This is the thing. Everything needs to match up. You understand what I'm saying? Just like if you see somebody dressed a certain way and they're wearing colors that just don't match at all, right? It looks off. So what happens is that it's the same thing when you're saying a line, but you're not that guy, you seem off. You understand? Shout out to Justy said you're wrong. Exactly. But that's what happens when you guys say shit, but you're not really about it. When you're not that guy and you're just putting on the show, right? It seems off. Like something don't seem right. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be that dude. It's real simple. But so hold on. I think we're done with the questions. So guys, make sure we have to wrap this up in a second. But make sure that you guys go to shoplocario.com, badboymembership.com, cunninghamelements.com, and masculineidentitymembership.com. Make sure you guys go to all the .coms. You feel what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. We about to wrap this shit up. So I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. And remember, people, the truth is inside you. I'm out of here. Peace. These hoes fucking with their nose and their lips and they go around thinking that they hot shit. They cutting up their whole face, new tits look fake. Bitch, you need to stop it. You're getting Botox, trying to look young sounds fun until it's not it. You think you look better think again, because bitch, you are not lit. What the fuck's this about? You're so fucked and I doubt you don't even realize you don't look human. Lip injections look like you got punched in the mouth. That's that self-hate shit. That's what you do when you think you ain't shit. Only the real relate with what I say. Haters hate, I say this. Fuck that fake shit. Fake ass, fake tits, fake lips, fake that, fake this. I want a real bitch. 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 I want the real shit. Why are y'all so drastic? Your body is plastic, your mental is that sick. Not being dramatic, but one wrong move and you'll be in the casket. Y'all in a place where I can't be in. I'm a champion. I love myself. I'm happy in the skin I'm in. Why you wanna be in the skin of a Kardashian? Even these males want a facelift. They wanna be like a fake bitch. They wanna fake it till they make it. The fake call me a hater, but only thing I hate is fakeness. That's the self-hate shit. That's what you do when you think you ain't shit. Only the real relate with what I say. Haters hate, I say this. Fuck that fake shit. Fake ass, fake tits, fake lips, fake that, fake this. I want a real bitch. 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 I want the real shit. Fuck that fake shit. Fake ass, fake tits, fake lips, fake that, fake this. I want a real bitch. 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 I want the real shit.